So if we can choose a child, that way if the child gets unruly, it it can be punted quite easily. Welcome, travelers of the internet, to Brighthelm Recording. This is your host, Master Barkle, playing the Pillars of Eternity. We left off going into Long Watchfalls and having a really productive session, killing a dragon. Nothing too big and important, but we came to the White March with a purpose. We want some Durgan steel. We're going to get some Durgan steel at the battery. Zawa would like to speak with me.
My thoughts wander often to the lost builders of this fortress we seek. They were erased from the world.
Yeah.
I wonder, was it meant to be so?
I don't know. I don't know if everything happens with a purpose. I mean, probably did. They probably killed each other with, the purposes of upping oneself. Using the battery for this, using the battery for that. So maybe that is it.
Then Alpazka would agree. A cruel fate is as perfect as a joyous one.
Yeah.
Still, it is hard not to wonder why.
There's a bunch of stags over here. Oh, they didn't like me. East's device makes a terrible screeching noise. The compass points west. It's like a raptor.
The stench. Even worse
Behind
than
us.
dead.
Okay.
Lava.
East's device points directly at the cavern entrance. Just after Crag Ogre said script node 5. Should we go into the cave already? Yeah, okay. Retrieve the ore. Okay. There's a big puddle there. Pile of bones. Lagofath. Is that the spot? Pile of rocks where we get some white Adra gems. This one ooze. So are we higher up now? That makes sense. It's probably like, this is like level 1, level 2, and then maybe level 3, and then like the battery itself.
I can do that. That's settled.
That's just my guess on the map building here.
I can do that. That's settled.
Goodness,
The
Durance.
fire shows me something new.
Durance! You're getting blown away! Get out of it! Holy crap! It just never stops.
Just say the word.
The computer really doesn't like that.
Not a problem.
Oh, this might be the end for Durance. Poor guy. He didn't want that. Can we interfere?
Ready when you are.
Just slightly?
Let's see what's in here.
What?
Boy, there,
A
Durance.
simple test. I can do that.
You need to stop getting blown around.
Uh-huh.
Durrance.
What?
Durrance. Well then.
I can do that.
Because we ain't gonna be able to move on without him. Well, first game-breaking bug. The infinity push gust of wind. Dang it, Durrance. Durrance. Stop it. Okay, now we do not touch that chest. Oh, I got the artifacts. Right, this is the caravan that got attacked. That one adventurer.
Now this I haven't seen before. A simple test. That's settled.
Let's all stand back a little, yes?
It's quite the precipice there.
You...
This looks like the gates into the battery. At least like the outer walls gate. We're not under the mountain just yet. This also seems like a breach in the defenses there. Slaked skull. Oh yeah, the bounty. Nice little flail there. In the trampled bloody slush around this toppled wagon, you spy tracks leading back south along the path. This seems like another breach in the defenses. Watchtower. Unconquerable. Alrighty. What's up that watchtower? Is that a bow? As you grab the bow, it vibrates with a strange and familiar energy. Searching your pack, you find the silver arrow that you found lodged in an injured winter wolf. As you hold the bow and arrow together, the arrow suddenly snaps into place. You hear a crackling hum, and a pale ribbon of light begins to form between the ends of the bow. When you pull the arrow back, you feel a very solid resistance. Stormcaller.
Ready when you are.
Now, once you're using your ranged weapon, Rollen.
Not a problem.
Nothing else up here? That looks like a jump. Grappling hook. Go. Okay then. This crate is empty, though it still smells strongly of fish. Oh. Earthall. Man stands in the middle of the road without lowering the blade that rests on his shoulder. He takes 2 steps forward as if to speak for the group behind him. I was hoping for another gift bearer. They always carry surprises, and we love surprises. By we, of course, I mean me and this. The man taps the hilt of his sword. It'll be quick. Try to stay still. Okay. He was right. That was quick. He's got Quite the great sword there. Righty. Well, they were just camped out here in the middle of nowhere. The road continues climbing for a short distance before turning sharply down to the pass beyond. Why were they looking for gift bearers here? I suppose we did get the gift bearer notebook. The Singed Grimoire. A recurring signature in the pages of this notebook indicates that it belonged to someone named Ixtli. The pages contain an assortment of entries. Some notes list collection of items alongside their purported value. Other pages are scribbled with notes about the land. A map of the russet wood marks an important body of water. Next to it, there are several underlined notes that read, "No talk, Blocktul. Formalities first, of course, and she'll come up. Kuala Maika. She's a good girl and likes to hear it before she swims down. Zitlak Kuala. Just make sure she likes the fish for a job well done." Are those Lagofoth names? Because I don't really recognize the tone, but they got a lot of clock, you know, like glubbing, I guess. Like a fish talk. They got the accent to it, you know. Put on your pouty and glub 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 it up. Okay. Well, didn't really help me out too much there. Lifting up a corner of the top reveals a jumble of rusted metal alongside the firewood. Is this the Animancer?
And the fire shows me something new.
Well, you're lucky Tunk stepped on it first, Durrance. Goodness gracious, you.
Oh, and if I find something good, you can have half.
Okay. So, there could be traps around here, huh?
Zawa is ready.
That's settled.
Alrighty. This map depicts the peak of the mountain, with markers denoting altitude. Okay.
And the fire shows me something new.
Alrighty, looks like there's no trap there. Okay, maybe not. Got some constructs in here. Trap on that box. So why are the constructs so misshapen? Is he that bad at work? These crates hold innumerable discarded mechanical hinges, faceplates, and limbs. A gelatinous green film has congealed along the bottom of this shattered machine. Got an unstable construct. I don't like the sound of that.
Ready when you are. You're mine. You should have
gonna
dealt
blow
to
up.
our enemies. You're mine.
Okay. It didn't get to blow up. That's good.
I shall be discreet.
Okay, we got a subject roster here. This paper contains a loose list of apparent personages, separated by dates. Godendag. Apparently I learned what that means. That means God's Day. Longwatch Falls. Bandit. Meckwin's Dog. Imprima. some smuggler. Volkstag, murderer, nice hair. Ritland's dog, idiot who tried to knife me. Under the list is a note in a different hand. Die Verus devil, just give me numbers. Okay, so I'm guessing the Animancer has an apprentice or something. That who captured these people and like gave them descriptions. Nice hair. Tried to knife me, some smuggler, and a bandit. And now the Animancer, I'm presuming is Valian, given the accent, so to say. It just wanted numbers. Okay. Alrighty. Iron constructs.
And what does the flame reveal?
What were they all gathered around, Viscous green liquid seeps from a crack in this glass tank. It exudes a strong chemical odor that is almost painful to inhale. And it seems to be dribbling down into that. Please, let me out! Please! Okay. I can now do bulwark against the elements. Sweet.
I shall be discreet.
Ooh, secret passage.
That's settled.
Bah! That's a lot of damage.
You must endure.
Good thing only Adair took any of that damage. Goodness gracious. Because of take the hit, that's why he saved everyone. Good job, Adair. Although now you got a severe wound.
Keeping an eye out.
Arranged from top to bottom, these boxes boast increasingly intricate locks. A few broken lockpicks lie discarded on the shelves. A scattered pile of mechanical finger joints lies strewn across this desk.
A simple test. That's settled.
Okay, there is a lot of lockpicks in this room. Ogre Might gauntlets, sweet. Okay, so this guy wants out.
That's settled.
Alrighty. Broken construct. Ha! Your money or your life, friend! A tinny voice rises from within the chest of this headless machine. From time to time, a burst of sparks accompanies the rattling of its innards. You can't be serious. This is no jest. There's a toll on these roads, friend. 500 copper, or you'll have a new set of nostrils to breathe out of. But we're not on the road. You really are lost. Tell you what, pay up, and I'll point you to Logholm. That's a decent trade, isn't it? What are you going to do, kick me? For starters, you'll regret your jests once you're down in the mud. Ah! Ha. That's odd. I swear, I had my knife. I've always been very good with knives. Her voice takes on an edge of panic. Where are my hands? I don't... Where am I? What is happening? There is a sudden harsh metallic squeal and the construct pulses with a fierce light as it lurches towards you. Alrighty. It tried blowing up.
I'll see what's ahead.
Okay. Echoing misery. There's a lot of traps just lying about this place. Okay, it looks like a big boss room, maybe. Well, this room looks quite big and expansive. Is that a lever? I don't know if I want to touch that just yet. So why went subject Battleseer. Savalian accent. She has outdone herself with this one, Battleseer. A common robber with some natural talent for cipher abilities. He has gone to his head. The Paso believes he is the next Antonio. Antonino. I think, in any case, the world would be well rid of him. Still, he has yielded promising results. His mind is almost perfectly intact. I might even be able to determine whether there is merit in his delusions about his soul lineage. But I made the foolish mistake of leaving the man's pistol on my work table. His essence is bound to the weapon, rather than to the body. I undertook to build for him. Even bodiless, this fool seeks to trouble me. I have sealed him within one of the tanks. I will have to proof the machines against the free-roaming experiments while I think of a solution. Until then, I suppose I must endure the company while I work. Okay, so there's a pistol in a...
This I haven't seen.
In this, maybe? Huh. Interesting. Crap. Well, Durance, go get it. Ah! Youchie. That was quite a lot of bounces.
Quick and quiet.
Okay. There's like several buttons and stuff around everywhere. Tufts of hair are still stuck to the metal slats of this helmet. You spy dark smudges along the edges of the manacles. Sparks crawl over the wires and plates of this machine, illuminating the innards with each burst of light. Man, this is all new. I've never seen this kind of machinery. You hear a faint, reedy voice singing tunelessly. Okay. Lever seems to be locked in place for the moment. You hear a short series of clicks from around the corner. Okay, so flick that. To flick that. And there's Battleseer. What did he say before I killed him? Are you free, Calvino? I will eat your heart, old man. Well, that's that. Foul stroke. Nice little pistol. Okay. And press that. Shh. Ready? Ooh.
Yeah?
Thought I saw an unstable construct over there. Yep,
You better
I did.
run! This fight is mine! Death to our enemies! Quick! Toss me something else!
Okay.
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves. Now this I haven't seen before.
Okay. Just a hair too late to stop ourselves. Okay.
See now what the flame has shown us?
Crap. Missed. This one had some notes. My efforts to instill even a child's intelligence in these creatures have all failed. Most cannot hold a quill, much less thoughts to paper. I believe for some time that Subject 63 might have had a breakthrough during its lessons, but I discovered that it has simply been repeating my words without comprehension. These were not enlightened characters. They wore their original skins. Perhaps their essence lacks a fundamental capacity for learning. I have put them to the test in more martial arts, but here too they falter without the benefit of true sentience. The devil, of course, delights in mocking them. It is like boasting of besting children at combat. If I only had my old machines. Okay, so
Light, flame, and
he's
sound.
a bad animancer, I guess. I mean, bad as in, like, he can't replicate, you know, what all other animancers couldn't either. There's a key there. A cell key. Pretty sure we've already opened up the cell, though. Lucky this will require the proper key. It's a nice little dining area here. We got a workshop key. Experimental notes. This hastily written entry is dotted with blots of ink. I refuse to continue wasting my time. Wait, what am I doing? I refuse to continue wasting my time with these stitchwork grotesqueries. What work is spent in granting the rotten corpses the feeblest spark of life is later tripled in repairs. Truly, they come apart at the seams. The sight of them in the corridors has come to disgust me. They hold nothing of the subject's vitality, intelligence, coordination, only a brute obedience. Flesh has too gentle a grasp upon the essence. That much is clear. Little wonder the folks at Brackenbury were willing to pawn these sorry specimens off so cheaply. Matico, the stench. Okay. This platter has gone entirely untouched, leaving the tantalizing meal to the flies. Is that a turkey? It's got a really long... I mean, you know, Tonk's a bit hungry. Get it, Tonk? We'll pretend he got it.
Not a problem.
Oh dear. That was a nasty trap. You right there, Adair? Yeah, I think he's alright. He keeps on taking the hit for all those traps.
I'll go on ahead.
That thing is quite tough. An impressive assortment of wine bottles line these shelves. Most appear to be Valian vintages, as I would expect.
You're mine.
This hulking contraption hums with power. Approaching within a few feet sets a peculiar buzzing in your teeth.
Oh, and if I find something good, you can have half.
Oh my goodness, we're failing to disarm all these traps. That one's a bit more avoidable though.
Ready when you are.
This definitely seems like a trapped corridor. But nothing was in there. Okay.
I'll go on ahead.
Now this I haven't seen before.
Alrighty. Got some more experimental notes here. Matiko, 3 weeks of hard work gone, and a fully articulated frame with them. These crude materials are more unstable than expected, though no less expensive. I will try a slower process. More electricity, perhaps. Along the bottom of the page, a scrawled addendum reads, "Too much electricity will require more subjects." This mannequin's head has been all but seared away by some unknown spell. The wood is warped and pitted through.
I can do that. That's settled.
Okay. I think we've got everything ready, and I think it's time to go to the boss room. Is there anything that way? No. Okay. Oh, he's got a portrait. An elderly man hunches over a cluttered desk. In the back of the workshop, his flesh is pulled tightly round thin. Fragile-looking bones, except around his neck, where it hangs loose wattles. He turns as you enter, a scowl already chiseled into his lined face.
Back again? I told you.
He hesitates, squinting at you from behind smudged and dusty spectacles.
Of course, a fresh fool to replace the last fools. What brings you stomping through my workshop, eh?
Seems like you may already know.
Straight to business, no nonsense. We appreciate that, don't we?
Turns to the bronze golem over his shoulder.
Anything for a breather from your endless yammering.
Devil of Karok. I've got a fancy for this one already.
Hear that, Timora? Another who would tolerate your barbs and insults.
I'll just say nothing.
But you come seeking the White Forge, like they all do.
Yup.
Boys with smooth cheeks and wild dreams. Girls with bright ribbons tied next to their scabbards.
Well, my cheeks aren't exactly smooth. I do get some pretty wild dreams. But I'm also an insomniac, so I don't get many. I'm not a girl, so I'm not going to worry about commenting on that rest.
Old men and women, too, seeking a final blaze of glory before they're snuffed out for another turn at the wheel. Sound familiar?
Well, I'm not that old. Jeez, just like, late 30s. I'm still kicking. I'd rather strive for greatness than wither in the shadows.
Pazzo! Bold for one who came seeking my help. I have this conversation with every pig-headed swashbuckler those Postenagos and stalwarts send here. Go see Garvino, they say. Surely he'll help you.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Must have slipped their minds what a busy and important fellow you are.
I should have let them stone you. Would have silenced your endless rattling forever.
Don't like the devil, I take it.
Then you'd have naught but those frostbitten inbreds for company.
I guess this is what it'd be like if Aloth and Isselmere were two separate people. Come now, I sound like neither of them. You're upset. There's an old wound with Stalwart, then.
The spiteful imbeciles destroyed my career, ruined years of work. But let us focus on the reason for your visit, yes?
Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
The villagers and their adventurers hammer and pry at the battery as if they were laying siege to some moldering lord's keep. But those stones were laid by some of the finest builders ever to have lived, disciples of Abidan in the truest sense.
Abidan, the god of the smith and craftsmanship and all that, so that's gotta be the best.
They will not fall by the whims of any kith. And the door itself, it is infused with living essence.
So they got locked out of their own fortress? Like, you need the essence of those dwarves?
Shoulder, I speak into seriousness.
He shakes his head, but abusement tugs at the corner of his eyes. Guessing Shoulder is like, you're an idiot or something. Making a joke?
The Pargrunen of Durgan's battery perished within their own keep, victims of a violent disagreement among their own commandants.
Okay.
Surely in the village you have heard stories, no? Disappearing caravans, tracks in the snow, screams from the high towers.
No. No, I don't. Well, no. No.
The work of spirits still trapped in the battery, and a testament to those impenetrable walls.
Mm-hmm.
But the door of the keep, the one the Pargrunen filled with essence, it was made to listen, to recognize its masters.
So I need the door to recognize me, alrighty?
Traditional Aptapo cultures revolved around language. Words revealed who they were and where they were from.
Melon.
Melon.
That is why you need a Cantec.
A Cantec? Huh?
Some liken it to a poem, others to an anthem. In reality, it is more than either.
He holds out one hand, turning it this way and that in a balancing motion.
A Cantec is a statement of purpose, a declaration of identity. Each is unique to its stronghold.
Mm-hmm. So this Cantec for Durgan's battery is probably going to revolve something around, like, we use the forge to defend our hold and the treasures of the world, and craft only the finest of works, and stuff like that. I don't know. Ha! Seal your door with a key of words, and any liar can talk his way through. There's nothing built of words that won't break when the slightest stress is applied.
Thus, to enter a fortress like Durgan's battery, you would stand at the gate and recite its Cantec.
Okay, so where do I learn this Cantec?
To learn the Cantec, you must speak with one of the dwarves of Durgan's battery. A shame they are all dead, no?
Well, lucky for me, I'm a watcher.
But no doubt their souls live on in one or two of the villagers of Stalwart. Like fine wine poured into a cheap pot.
Wow. That could be dangerous, though. I could awaken somebody.
But to identify them, that is the first problem. You would need the skills of an animancer.
No, I need a watcher. The golem swivels her head sharply toward you. Her mask of a face and the glass eyes behind it betray no emotion, but it seems as if she's watching you carefully.
A watcher? Diverus? If this is true, then you could find a sole descendant from Durgan's battery, no question. But the greater difficulty remains.
Come to think of it, I never saw a bedroom in this house of yours. Where do you sleep?
You would have to learn the Cantec from the dormant soul. And to do that, you would have to awaken it.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I kind of figured that. I don't really know how I would do that.
An awakening is merely the jolting of a dormant soul into consciousness.
Makes a bursting motion with his hands, splaying his fingers wide.
When such things happen normally, it is because something has reminded the subject of a past life, often violently so.
So I gotta smack them around? Aloth flinches. Oh yeah, yeah. Daddy smacks you real hard.
Thus, to awaken one of the former dwarves of Durgan's battery, you will need to address that soul, preferably by name. But show some care. When you examine these souls, whatever it is you watchers do, you may see images, memories. These are moments of special import. What you see will tell you much about the person, and perhaps the condition in which they awaken.
So if we can choose a child, that way if the child gets unruly, it can be punted quite easily. Okay.
Awaken them from a traumatic memory, and who knows? Maybe they awaken thirsty for blood. Or maybe you awaken someone else.
Awaken someone else, as in a psycho. Rollen, you mustn't do this. To condemn another to a fate like Merwald's. Shakes his head. I kind of agree.
Here, this has been tuned to the Aeon of Durgan's battery. Use it near the villagers, and it should tell you if one has a soul old enough to have come from the battery.
Thank you for
You
your
have
help.
much work ahead of you, as do I.
I'm going with him.
Uh-oh.
You? Go to Stalwart? Is this your macabre sense of humor, or has something gone to rust in that beautiful head I crafted?
I think he's complimenting more his machinery he made.
No one will bother me while I'm with him. Besides, I can help him find people in Stalwart.
I feel like they wouldn't like you in Stalwart, though.
You haven't been to Stalwart in 13 years. And this Watcher sees souls. What help could you be? Besides, I have need of you here. You owe whatever remains of your wicked life to me.
Frown sours on his lips as he taps his chest with a crooked finger. I mean, what's the story between you two?
This charming specimen is a convicted murderer. The Devil of Cantec, she's called.
Mighty fine of you to start with my good qualities, and you wonder why we don't get more visitors.
It is good quality there.
Killed over a dozen people before they finally caught up to her in Stalwart. Perfect company for lonely camps and mountain passes, no?
Eh, maybe.
Hey, I know how to start a campfire.
Well, that's a useful skill, but I already do that too.
The only reason she's not a frozen corpse is because I convinced the old mayor to let me try an experiment.
So you put a person's soul into the metal body? He leans back, raising his hands.
Into a work of art! Look at this! Craftsmanship worthy of a jeweler! Fully articulated joints, capable of grasping a pen and writing her own name.
That is pretty good piece of animancy there. I haven't seen that yet.
And of crushing your throat.
Oh.
Show me another smith anywhere in the Deerwood who is capable of such delicacy and precision. She is a masterpiece.
Aren't you afraid she'll murder you then?
She may be mad, but she's no fool. She wouldn't survive long on her own. If the villagers didn't send a hunting party after her, the elements would claim her. Her joints and mechanisms require maintenance, and she cannot perform all of it herself.
See, he's reminding me. In case I get any bright ideas.
Okay. I presume she's a Devil of Cantec for, like, going after a, large group of people,
She committed her first crime in the village of Cantec. Burned a family alive in their home.
Yep.
Did the same thing in half a dozen other villages, but the name stuck.
That's what I figured. Okay, well,
She's a
that's what I
fine
wanna know.
specimen. her personality notwithstanding.
The golem says nothing, but her essence smolders. Resentment rises from her in shimmering waves. She swivels her head to look at you. I don't know if I really need of the golem's company right now.
A moment. You are going back to Stalwart, yes? Perhaps you could do me a favor.
Alright, what's his
There
favorite?
is a man in the village named Grind, the head fisherman.
Is he supposed to send you a shipment of fish?
The rest of Stalwart kisses his feet because he fills their stinking blades with speckleback. But I know he's not as virtuous as he seems.
I think you have a history with him.
That self-righteous meddler engineered my eviction from the village. He turned them all against me.
I'm sure you didn't do anything wrong, like, bring a murderer into a bronze body who may or may have not grabbed somebody that was a member of town for your other experiments that didn't turn out as huge successes as this one.
Now I want him to feel the scorn of those mush-brained imbeciles.
What exactly do you want me to do with him?
Humiliate him, of course. Show his neighbors what he truly is, and let him live with the disgrace.
Okay, if I do any investigation and I do find out that he is, like, maybe he makes the speckleback worth, like, a whole, 18 coin pieces or something when it should be like 5. Then I'll, do something.
He's always been a ripple sponge addict. Just got good at hiding it once his sainted sister died and left him in charge of the fishery.
Okay.
But he keeps a stash in the fishery, sneaks in at night when the others have gone home, and emerges sluggish and red-eyed a few hours later. I want you to expose him. Go to the fishery after dark when it's empty. Find his ripple sponge and show it to Renengild.
Okay.
Do not answer me now. But when you return to that festering eyesore and smell the stink of fish that hangs in the air, consider what I've said.
Okay.
Besides, you appreciate a good joke, don't you? De Verus, this will be a great one.
Is it a good joke?
But be sure to approach the fishery by night, when it's empty. They will give you no end of trouble if they see you stealing during the day.
Well, farewell. Any treasures around your room here? Hey, get out
Not a
of here.
sound.
Does he not like me? Does he not like me doing this? This appears to be a crude rendering of the mountains surrounding Durgan's battery. What do you think you're doing? Just looking around. Crucible Knight stuff. Okay, well, I guess there's really anything else to steal. I've raided your entire rest of your workshop. You didn't really care too much about that. Ah, I knew there was traps in here. And there was a long episode, or at least longer to me, episode of Pillage Eternity. We done a good deal of exploring here up north. We found the battery. We haven't gone inside of it yet. We've done a little search around, took care of a bounty, and found Galvino and the Devil of Karok. And we've learned of the Cantec we need to uncover within the ancient memories of the Pargrin dwarves. That, are they Pargrin? I believe they're Pargrin. I can't remember where I heard that, but anyways, they may be awakened within the townsfolk of Stalwart, so we need to uncover those memories. Memory is the treasure house of the mind, wherein the monuments thereof are kept and preserved. This is Master Barkle from Brighthelm Recording, signing off.